As we continue to grow in our walk with Christ, we have to start to let go of our worldly and carnal way of thinking. And that's what Christ was trying to explain to Peter. So in Matthew chapter 16, verses 21 through 23, Christ is explaining to the disciples that he must go to Jerusalem. And while in Jerusalem, he was going to suffer at the hands of the scribes and the priests. And inevitably, he was going to die. But Peter, thinking like man, thinking in the flesh, started to rebuke Christ and said, "This shall never happen to you." And Christ said, "Get behind me, Satan. You are a hindrance to me. Your mind is not set on the things of God, but on the things of man." And we must understand that the Israelites during that time didn't understand that the Messiah was going to be the Son of God, didn't understand that the Messiah was going to be God in flesh. They thought the Messiah was going to be someone similar to David, that he was going to come, he was going to free them of bondage from the Romans, and that he was going to restore Israel as the focal point of the world, and that he was going to sit on the throne. It wasn't until Christ's death and resurrection and the day of Pentecost that they truly understood the Messiah's mission. So even though that the disciples walked with Christ in flesh, there is still so much that they didn't understand. And there's so much that they didn't understand because they were thinking in the flesh. They were thinking carnally. They weren't thinking spiritually. They didn't understand the true mission of Christ. And they didn't understand that his only goal was to die for their sins. So even when Christ dies, they're unsure of what's happening. They're like, is that it? Is this what he came here to do? I thought he was going to restore us. I thought he was going to be our king. I thought he was going to sit on the throne. So they were still confused. So it wasn't until Christ actually came and revealed himself after the resurrection that they really started to understand his true mission. So all those years, those 3 years he was preaching, they never really understood his mission. They never really understood what Christ was there to do. And I always be thinking to myself, like, that's a shame. That's a shame. I mean, you got to walk with the man. You got to walk with God for 3 years and still lacked so much understanding. So we had to start thinking more like Christ. We had to start thinking more like God. We need to stop thinking so worldly when it comes to spiritual things. I'm always now trying to focus on my spiritual life. How can I be more fruitful in my spiritual life? How can I gain more spiritual understanding? How can I go from like a baby on milk to an adult on meat? How can I be more fruitful? How can I increase my understanding so God can reveal more to me? So if we just start to focus more on the things of God and not the things of man, there's so much more that God will reveal to us. There's so much that he won't reveal to us because we're not ready, because we have not taken that spiritual leap. We have not gained the spiritual understanding that he needs us to have in order for him to release more knowledge to us, more wisdom to us. So I say all that to say, focus on growing your spiritual understanding. Allow God to bring you more wisdom. Ask questions. Be hungry. Search for understanding. Ask for understanding. Seek and you shall find. So I always go back to that verse. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it should be open to you. So I always ask God for more understanding. God, reveal more to me so I can understand you more, so I can have more wisdom. If we put our mind and our focus on that, there is so much more to this world that will be revealed to us. But I thank you guys for checking out this video. I'm gonna have more content on the way per usual. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.